It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's an intra-division matchup in the AFC South, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Well, Charles, September is here. The 2023 season just about to get started. So many storylines to pay attention to. What are you most keeping an eye on as the start of the season moves closer?
Well, partner, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to start, obviously, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. That's a huge story. How about Kansas City? Could they win their third title in 5 years? We know some teams are trying to get there. Buffalo, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, San Francisco, all should contend. And how about some of those sleeper teams? I think the Chargers of Pittsburgh in the AFC, Carolina, Detroit in the NFC, it's going to be an exciting season.
And the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his third season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year, we got the Trevor Lawrences. So many tabbed to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. Tackled there by Nick Cross.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
We're scoreless after one. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Lawrence. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Screenplay, here's ETN. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Lawrence going to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. Kicking into a headwind here in the second quarter. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Richardson. This one completes Alec Pierce. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And Richardson looks to throw once more. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Gay knocks this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense. Just a lone field goal in that first half, and as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Let's go do this thing, baby.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Let's be perfect. I know you. I know you.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Oh, nice move. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter.
Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Play like you step up right now.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Richardson now on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down 3-0, a little over 50 seconds remaining. Here's Lawrence. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
Back to throw, Lawrence. He'll find ETN out of the backfield.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
He's back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, but they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. One last shot for Richardson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side